Welcome back to eSports Meditation. I'm your host, BowmanShoota, and today we're going to be talking about professional behavior when you're dealing with things on the business side. Obviously, we can do a whole nother video on professional behavior as far as like how PR and how you interact on social media and stuff like that, and we may do that at a different point. But today I want to talk about, when you're dealing with a business interaction. So whether you're a player who's, negotiating a contract or working with a sponsor, whether you're a journalist who's, trying to promote your work or trying to reach out to different companies with your work, there's a certain level of, laissez-faire attitude essentially right now in the esports scene as far as what is expected, and I think most of that is because of youth, the youth of the people in the scene, the youth of their being in the professional scene. And it's not that it's not necessarily it's a bad thing, but it's definitely something we need to work on. Something as simple as like if you are an up and coming graphic designer and you're in the esports scene or in any scene, having something as simple as a properly formatted invoice that you can issue out to your customers, that has all the terms and conditions for, the payment schedule, at what point of completion of work, are you required to report by, 50%, 60%, and also do they pay half up front? All those different terms and conditions is, including the rights and stuff like that. Taking a half hour, putting that together, there's sites out there that you can literally copy and paste these terms and conditions that have been, approved, and that, will hold up in court, worst case scenario if that happens. But just a little bit of due diligence and a little bit of professionalism to have that type of thing. I know one thing I do in every single one of my my videos, especially on Esports Hero Cafe, when I have a guest, is I send them a proposal. And ironically, the biggest reaction I've gotten from sending them a physical proposal was, well, you sent me a proposal. Like, they were in shock that I actually, put together a 2-page form, simple, with a introduction of generally what I wanted to do, how I was going to do it with the format of the video and all that stuff. And then the second half was an outline of the topics and questions I wanted to cover, and outlining that, this was a living document essentially, so that they could, if they had any questions about it, if they wanted to add a topic, if they had a question about a topic, or they wanted to clarify a topic, they had all the different methods to contact me. And there would be a back and forth about that, and that's what, in my opinion, has helped the videos come alive, is because the people, when they come on my show, they actually, they know what they're getting into. There's going to be no surprises. They kind of want to see the direction I want to take the video, and it also allows them to prepare some things, so that way, in case like they want to pull out a really cool statistic that would be outstanding for everyone to learn, they can, because they know about it ahead of time. It's not just me interviewing them on the spot, randomly, and them just kind of pulling answers out of their butt essentially. So, but it shocked me even to get that reaction, that they were shocked that they had never seen it. Like, I think Brandon Nolte, I know I've talked about him, in yesterday's video. When I messaged him through the Esports Professionals Network saying, "Hey, I'd love to have you on my show. I'd love to get to know your story. Love to find out what drove you to grow these great communities that he has." And when he said he saw me put, "Yeah, I'll send you a proposal, by the end of the day," he was like, "Wait, really? Like, an actual proposal? Like that's is this kid for real?" And like, it was funny that he called me a kid when I'm older than him, but at the same time, like, there's an inherent lack of those little things, of those professional work habits, that if you go out into the rest of the business world, or you see them, you see these little forms and invoices and templates that make communication between different parties, especially if they're not within the same company, and even within the same company, a heck of a lot easier, because you literally can just pull up the form, fill in the blanks so you don't have to type a brand new form every time. And I mean, that's what I do. I mean, I've made a set proposal, and then I literally change like one paragraph on the first page, a few of other key line items like, dates and stuff like that. And then the second page, I change all the questions, but there's still pre-formatted stuff in there, so that way I don't have to spend that time anymore doing it. And honestly, creating that document took me a half hour the first time, and and unless something drastic changes, there's not going to be any, I can use that format indefinitely, with minor tweaks here and there as things change. But taking that half hour to do that has, gets a positive result. It also shines you in a better light. Makes you look a little more, professional. Makes you look like you got your head screwed on tight on your shoulders. So doing little things like that, having proper forms, little templates, little professional things, and it's not just shooting a tweet saying, "Hey, I want you to sponsor me." And the person's like, "Why would I? In what? Who are you? What's your name?" Like when people send out those generic messages, like no one who's actually in a professional in any way is going to take you seriously. Like have something prepared, have, even if it's just a quick one-page document, and then, say, "Hey, I want to look into the opportunities of getting a sponsorship through you. My name's David. This is what I do. And, can I send you a proposal or a blurb as far as, like what I think your sponsorship could do for both of us, and not just send me free money, like something more laid out and more professional." And it doesn't take long. It takes like, a half hour, maybe 45 minutes, if you're stumped and you need to ask for advice or something like that. But to flesh out just a document, and Google Docs is free, that's where I use, because, yes, I have Microsoft Word and everything like that, but I was I was actually on my phone when I created my first proposal, and I don't have Microsoft Word on my phone, so I just pulled up Docs and type in it with my thumbs. And when I got home, I edited it a little bit better and added some graphics and logos. But it was one of those things where it's easy and out there, and there's lots of free templates out there that you can use. And creating these little professional work habits will go a long way in making you stand out of the crowd, especially if you're looking to get in the esports scene, because there's a lot of unprofessional people out there, as far as how they handle their business, and we need more people handling their professional behavior. As far as like business interactions, we need them handling that a little bit better. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. I know I rambled a little bit. I'll do a video about professional behavior in esports probably at a different time. And that one, I'll probably not so much nag on that a little bit, because actually I think there's a lot of professionalism as far as behavior in the scene, and certain sports are better or not. But as far as like business interactions, take that extra 5, 10, 30 minutes to put something official together, put something that looks professional, even if everything you type on it is just out of pulling out of your butt essentially, but it looks professional, and that goes a long way in those first impressions when you're dealing with those things, when you're reaching out and talking to investors, when you're talking for sponsorships, when you're looking for even just hoping to be, even if you're a player looking to reach out to teams and stuff like that. So all of that goes a long way. There's little tips and tricks you can do. There's tons of articles out there that you can read. And if you do have any questions, this is something that, I do this on a daily basis at my day job. We have forms for everything at my day job, but it does make it easier when I have to, do certain tasks, because I literally just pull up the form, fill in the blanks, print or attach to an email. It's done, and it saves me time in the long run, and people take me more seriously, especially when I got to do site visits and stuff with my other jobs. So other than that, share, like, and favorite this, and subscribe. Do that too. That's awesome. Thank you for those of you that you have off the last video. And share this as you see fit. But we'll see you hopefully almost every day this week with a new video. And on Tuesday, another Esports Hero Cafe dropping over at esports.online. I think you guys will like that one. Have an interesting interview with a gentleman who is his business just went live, which is perfect timing because the video is dropping right after his website went live, to help esports players and professionals in a serious way of handling those little things, like I was talking about today with pro work habits, like all those little things that an 18 to 20-year-old individual who's just now getting into that scene may not necessarily know, and his company helps teach those things to aspiring professionals. So other than that, you all have a great day. We'll see you next time.